Hi, my name's Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. And today I am doing my very first tag. I got tagged by Donna, the Gabbing Grammy, for the 10 non-yarny things about me tag. And I'm super excited because one, it's my first one, and two, this is the first time that I have seen this tag, so I'm actually going to go back and watch a bunch of the older ones that happened like a couple years ago, because it's a good way to get to know the people that you watch, like on a more like personal level. So I don't know how I missed this tag a couple years ago, so I'm super excited to go back and watch, and super excited that I get to participate. So I'm just going to hop right on in, and I made myself a list here after I hit myself in the face with it. But I made myself a list, and I'm just going to jump right on in. So the first thing is I have 2 dogs, and they are 2 very spoiled dogs. So the first one is Beetles, who's a Yorkie, and the second one is Trixie, who is a Chihuahua. And hopefully I've put in pictures, but so I've had Beetles for 12 years now. I got him when he was a puppy. He was given to me by my youngest sister, and I've had him ever since, and he is the grouchiest little thing you've ever seen. He will tattle in a heartbeat. He does not care to tell on you. So, and he is so mouthy. He talks back, and we just love him so good. So Trixie is, I got her from a lady that I work with, from her parents who had gotten her from someone else. So she's been rehomed twice, and she has found her forever home now. She will always be with us. So yeah, there's that. She's not a bad dog. That's not why they, rehomed her. I don't know about the first people, but yeah, she's one of the laziest things. Like, you would think that she was like a potato just laying on the floor. I mean, she's there, and that's it. So she is the definition of a lap dog. She would lay around and sleep 24/7 if you let her. And then I do want to mention, we had a toy poodle. She sadly passed away in, it was October of 2019. Well, we had to have her put down just due to old age. She was 17 years old. We had her since she was a pup. So she'd been like a family dog. She'd been passed around to different members of the family. She first belonged to my oldest youngest sister. And then she became mine. And then she became my dad's. And then she went back to my sister. And then she came to us. And then, she was originally, the plan was she would go back to my dad. And then she just ended up staying here. So, and we took care of her for the rest of her life, and she loved it. She was a diva. She was a Nubian princess is what I called her, because I really do believe that she felt like she was a princess, and she demanded we treat her that way. So, yes. So moving on to number 2. I've never been married, so no rings, no walking down the aisle, none of that. Which leads into number 3. Don't have any kids, never had any children. I did have custody at one time of my niece, my oldest niece. She came to live with me in Indiana in 2014 when she was 6. And then she just went home last year. She went back to live with her mother. There was some, I don't really know how to say it. She was making life miserable because she didn't want to be here. She always was pining for something more. She wanted to be, with her family, and one can't argue with that. But so she is there now, and I guess she is doing good. So that is great. That's all one can hope, is that she's happy. So, but you know, like growing up, like I never wanted children. So it was definitely a big adjustment when she came to live with me, because I went from 0 kids. Well, I went from fun Aunt Becky to not so fun Aunt Becky. So we're trying to get fun Aunt Becky back. So number 4, I grew up in Eastern Kentucky. I lived in 2 counties there for all of my life until I moved to Indiana in 2011. I lived in Knott County, and I did some time in Perry County. I was there for a couple years through high school. So, yeah, side-by-side counties. So, pretty much born and raised in a holler. So there's that. I did come to Indiana in 2011, at the end of 2011, and I have been here ever since. I really do like it up here. So number 5, I attended college, but I did not graduate. I was one of those people that could not settle on what she wanted to be when she grew up. So I flitted about with some different majors, and just really nothing ever stuck. And yeah, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to stop wasting my money, figure out what it is I want to do, and then I'll come back. And sadly never went back, and that's been many moons ago. So, you know, sometimes I still toy with the notion of going back to school, but I just don't know. Sometimes I'm like, yes, I can do this, I'm gonna do this. Then other times I'm like, no, you know, you probably won't, so stop saying you are. So I don't know. So number 6, one of my other hobbies besides crocheting is reading. I used to be an avid reader. I'm going to say that it's slowed down here recently, within like the past couple years. And I don't know if it's because I'm just not picking the right books to read, but I feel like the same story's being told most of the time. And that is so annoying. And then I feel like sometimes it's like, really, they published this book, but I wasted my money on this book. But it's picked back up some. I have read a couple good books this year, so I'm really getting more back into it. But what I've been doing is I've been listening to them free on an app called Libby, and I will try to pop in a picture of what she looks like and try to link it down below. I have it for the iPhone. But she is powered by Overdrive, which links to your library, your public library, and you just put your library card number in, and bam, that's it. It's like all these free books. There's books that you can read, like download onto your phone or like your iPad or Kindle or whatnot. And then there's audiobooks, which you can listen to for free down on your book, so on your phone. So that's pretty cool. I'm currently listening to The Guest List by Lucy Foley. And Heidi Yates from Snappy Tots recommended it on her Facebook page. And it sounded right up my alley. And so far it has been very good. So number 7, we're going to talk about some things that I'm not fond of. And one of my biggest is huge bodies of water. Like, I can go in a swimming pool, so I'm cool if I can see and touch the bottom, but I'm not going in no lake. I'm not going in the ocean. I'm not going into a mud puddle if I can't see the bottom of it. Because you don't know what's down there. I mean, there could be anything. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So, like, no cruises. I do love going to the ocean, but it's, you know, I want to sit on the beach. I just want to listen to the waves, smell the salt air, read a book. I'm cool. Maybe go down to the water and maybe let the waves like lap up on your foot. But no, that's as far as I'm gonna go into that water. You know, no some sharks that are gonna nibble on my ankles. So some other things that I'm not fond of are crowds. I don't like being in big crowds of people. It's too noisy. It's like going, well, pre-COVID, because I haven't been since COVID, but really haven't been in a while. But the Golden Corral, that has to be the most crowded and the most noisy restaurant I have ever been to in my whole life. Last time I was there, I was like, we have got to eat and go, because I think I was on the verge of an anxiety attack. Heights. I mean, that's a common one. A lot of people don't like heights. I've never been in a plane. I've been in a helicopter once when I was younger. But I try not to climb up on ladders and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure that I could probably do the heights if I had to, but I'm just not fond of it. And another thing I'm not fond of, snakes. Like, I have an irrational fear of snakes. Like, sometimes I'll be laying in the bed and like I'll be almost asleep, and like something will touch my leg, probably a dog, and I'll have like this insane fear that there's a snake in my bed. So I have to get up, I have to turn on all of the lights, I have to take every little piece of stuff on my bed off of my bed just to make sure that there's no snakes in it. It's irrational. I don't get it either. I'm sure there's a lot of other things that I'm not fond of, but I won't bother you all with that right now. Well, maybe later. Okay, so on to number 8. I want to talk about some things that I collect. Besides yarn, because I do have too much yarn. But the other things that I collect are V.C. Andrew paperback books. I think that I want to collect all of her books. I'm getting there. I have like a little spreadsheet, like nerd out there a little bit, but a spreadsheet of like the books that I'm missing and stuff. I don't have like a spreadsheet of the books I have, just the books that I need. So whenever we're out at thrift stores or, you know, Goodwills, antique stores, my friend will call me and she'll be like, hey, there's V.C. Andrew books. Do you have this one, this one, this one, and stuff. So she's real good about that. Hiding it, if you're watching this. She keeps me cool on my V.C. Andrew books while she's out and about. So the other thing that I like to collect is magnets for my refrigerator. Like, I'm not picky. Like, I'll take any magnet pretty much. But here lately, I have been really into the ones that are like shaped like the states. I want to collect them like all of the states and just make a big huge United States on the side of the fridge. I really like the ones that are shaped like flip-flops. I like those too. I've got a few of those, and yeah, I like those a lot. So, but I like all kinds of magnets. Just like them. I like the jumbledness, and I like to rearrange them. That's pretty fun. So, on to number 9, which is a slightly weird one, and I brought props. So I have, I like Vaporub, like Vicks Vaporub. I don't eat it or anything weird, but I like to put it on my lips. I like, you know, the smell of it, and I like the way it tingles on my lips, and I will put it in my nose. So I've done this ever since I was a little girl. I find the smell of Vicks very comforting. It's like I can smell Vicks, and like it's just like I can find my center, I can find my calm from it. So I'm not like a snob about it either. Like, I don't have to have Vicks brand. Like, this is Rexall. This is, I think, like Family Dollar, you know. It's like, I'm not a snob. I mean, I do like those little mini Vicks ones because I seem to go through them faster or whatever. But you know what? Like I said, not a snob. Let's take another whiff. Good. Good stuff. So, here is one of the slightly weirder parts of this one. Is this bottle that I've had since I was a little girl. Well, I won't say little girl, but I'm gonna say like probably like the verge of high school. And sometimes it's empty right now. Well, almost. There's still a little something down in there. But it's not the original Vicks. But what I will do is I will fill it, like take a new bottle and put it over into the old bottle because I really like this bottle. Oh no. So every so often I'll pull it out and I'll clean it up real good and put a new Vicks down in it, and there's that. It's more of a weirder non-yarny thing about me. Okay, so number 10, my last one, is in 2017. I was diagnosed with uterine cancer, and it was a very, very scary time. I'm not even gonna lie to you about it, because it's like when people say the word cancer, it's like the unknowing, but it was stage 1, grade 1 uterine cancer. So pretty much the way it was explained to me was that as far as, you know, female cancers go, that's probably the better one to have, because your uterus is such a thick muscle that kind of like encapsulates the cancer and doesn't let it, you know, spread out. So my tumor had not invaded the wall of my uterus yet. So that was good. So no spreading. I did not have to do chemo. I did not have to do radiation. I did have to have a hysterectomy. So I lost my uterus. Originally, I was supposed to only lose my uterus, but I ended up losing my uterus, my fallopian tubes, my ovaries, and my cervix. So, well, what are you going to do? You know, take what needs to be took. So, if there's one thing I can say, is please get your downstairs checked. Make sure it's good. Make sure you're doing your yearlies. I mean, it's not comfortable having people poke and prod around places that, you know, those people aren't supposed to be. But it is very important. I can, you know, attest to that. So it had been 10 plus years since I had my downstairs looked at professionally. That was weird. But and then I was having issues that I was just actively ignoring, so I don't suggest doing that either. But yeah, so I'm glad that the outcome was good. Surgery was hard on me. I was a little bit older, you know. I was in my, you know, early 40s. My body was not bouncing back like she did back in the day, so it was a little bit harder on me that time around. So yeah, but you know, I'm alive, I'm well. The best thing was that, you know, I got a 3% return rate. I go every 5 years now. No, every year now. It was twice a year for so many years, but now I only have to go once a year. So, and have my yearly done. So yeah, there's that. That's what I got. It's weird. It's like my tattoo is like weird shaped for. I'm not really fond of the tattoo either. There's another not fond thing. So, you know, eventually I'm going to have to get that fixed because I just don't like what he did. So, there's another non-fond thing to write down. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been talking for over 20 minutes. Okay, so those are 10 non-yarny things that you now know about me. So now I'm going to tag 3 people. And I don't even know if these people watch my videos, but I watch theirs. And then just the off chance, I mean, I probably could have looked, but, you know, people tag so many people before I get to them. I just, you know, wanted to tag some different people, but they probably aren't even going to see it. So, but I'm going to tag Dawn at the Couch Crocheter. I love her HQ, so yeah. Alice at Starlight and Stitches. I love her little like backdrop thing. And Connie at Just Another Stitch. So those are the people that I tag and that I would like to know, you know, more about. And I'm excited about going and watching some other of these videos to get to know people on more of a personal level. And I hope I've not been too TMI, especially on that last one, you know, talking about our downstairs and stuff. If I was, sorry. Oh well, sorry. But I'm going to go because, you know what, I'm going to film another video while I'm sitting here because I have a hashtag movie and stitch video to talk about. It was so good. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.